Thanks for joining us this week on the show for a little conversation, just you and I, about summer expectation. Maybe you've had the experience or you're still looking forward to one more delicious summer vacation, one experience, one family gathering that goes just according to plan. Let's talk today about what happens when that falls flat, how you can recover, you can rebound, and you can look forward to something better and boost your resilience for next time.
It's time to flip the script on stress and learn how to thrive today and throughout your days. Join me for inspiration and interviews with folks who are shining their light in the world in the areas of positive mindset, health, and well-being. I'm your host, Susi Vine. Let's get happified.
Welcome back. I am so happy to have you back with me this week on the show for another episode of Stress Management and Resilience Tools for Your Happified Life. You can call it Happified with me if you please. And in the winding down day, the end of July, when I'm recording this message for you, what's on my mind right now is expectations, the way we find them, the way that we create them, and the way that life tends to chart its own course, regardless of what we expect it to deliver and how we imagine everything is going to play out. So glad to have you with me this week on the show. Let me have you sit back and relax, maybe enjoy a nice cool beverage, some lemonade, some unsweetened iced tea, if you please, something to refresh and invite you to take a little time for yourself as you listen in on my conversation with you today. Where I am, and as my life is unfolding right now, I'm kind of taking a little pause from expectations. A lot of change has happened here with me, and although I'm keeping the same backdrop up for some continuity, life has had lots of updates and things moving behind the scenes. I'm just back from travel to Europe, and I'm about to embark upon a couple more weeks of travel along our West Coast here in the US. And before we get out on the road, I am definitely thinking about expectations. You know, we have put plans in place. I have booked campgrounds and campsites. We've contacted friends and let them know when we will be in the area. Now we're waiting to hear back, waiting to find out who exactly we will be able to connect with, what members of the family we will be able to see, and how it all unfolds. And one thing that I have learned, if not before this year, then certainly throughout the course of this year, last year, the last 5 years, I don't think that anybody's going to be in disagreement that life has taken some unexpected turns, hasn't it? In the prior couple of solo episodes, if you haven't caught those, I do share about what is enough, living with a little bit less. In that video, you will get a peek behind the scenes at our new living environs. And more recently, protecting your peace and navigating these tumultuous, chaotic times, feeling like you are doing what you can do while respecting your need for security, for safety, for peace of mind in a chaotic world. Now, if you're a big mover and a shaker, you're the kind to invite chaos and those difficult conversations, then this episode probably isn't for you. But in that episode that I shared a couple of weeks back, I share in my own perspective as a peacekeeper, as one who likes to be a bit of calm within the storm, some of my own tactics and perspectives in holding space, in holding on to a bit of peace, in being a bit of a refuge in this crazy world. Now, that's not to say that place where I was when I recorded that even 3 or 4 weeks ago is where I am staying. As this year continues to unfold and the unexpected becomes reality, I do look for more ways to be engaged, to take a stand, to be visible, and to make sure that people understand what I am a yes for and what I am a no for. So I invite you to tune in if you've missed any of those solo episodes. for my fantastic interviews that I've been sharing lately. Today, as we explore the conversation of expectations, where they come from, why they can be a bit of a sticking point, and how to ride the wave as life continues to unfold and evolve so that you have less stress as life serves up changes, as expectations may fail to be met, and how you can enjoy your summer, enjoy life at large, whenever you're tuning in to what I'm sharing today. So, as a stress coach, as a stress buster, an advocate for well being and peace of mind, I can say that in those people who I see their clarity and their determination to know what to expect, right? Make the plan, work the plan, reap the rewards of that hard work. Sometimes when things roll out according to plan, it's a very rewarding way to be. You can see it come into fruition. You can experience the reality of it. And all of that can be very empowering. You really can feel your own personal power and your ability to effect change, right? Which builds our confidence, which makes us feel like we've got things under control. Now, in a world that lately, more often than not, has been careening wildly, if you will, sometimes that control is more of an illusion. And so, as things don't happen according to plan, as all of the steps along the way don't unfold exactly as expected, I see people really struggle with the changes, the differences, the falling below expectations, the way that people show up and deliver, because we're not the only ones that are stressed out, right? If you're feeling stress, other people in your life are certainly feeling stress right now. And when we are stressed, we don't show up in the same way. We don't deliver in the same way. We have to give ourselves grace. We also need to be giving each other grace right about now. So, if things are not unfolding the way you have envisioned, if you feel like other people are letting you down or circumstances are just not playing along, you're not getting what you want out of things, I invite you to take a breath, to take perspective, to get a look around and see where you were holding on to very specific ideas, where you were maybe a little bit rigid and where you were coming from or what you were expecting to be delivered, and how you might find a little ease, a little grace for yourself, but also the other people that are a part of this situation. One thing that I have learned in this year is that change is our companion. A lot of things are changing and very quickly. And the more that we can make peace with change, as I talked about in What is Enough, in protecting your peace, the more that we can make friends with change and be open to it, be flexible with the outcome, be willing to take a new perspective and see, what have I learned in this situation? What has this situation given me the opportunity to build and develop, to discover in myself? These are the real gifts that if we start to release expectation, if we can see beyond the stress of what is unfolding, then we can begin to reap some rewards. And if you know me, you know I love to embrace a little bit of the woo, but I don't think it's all woo woo spirituality to say, when you release your firm grasp on your expectations, on what you have decided yet you want to see, you're opening up the possibilities for what the world may be ready to show to you. Sometimes it's not a no. Sometimes it's a wait because there's something better. And it can be hard to hold on to that faith. Sometimes it feels like that faith hasn't been rewarded. Sometimes it feels like if I'm not doing it myself, it's never going to get done. But I invite you to take a look, if not in your current situation, in past situations where things really felt like they were out of control, really felt like they were going the wrong way. And then look at what you gained from that experience, what that situation or lesson might have lined you up for. Perhaps you met someone in that experience that became an ally. Perhaps the skills, the resilience, the strength that you gained when things went wrong served you better brought you to be better prepared or in the right place at the right time for the next thing that you didn't even know was coming along. So, summertime brings with it a lot of time based expectations. I want to get this vacation in. I want to do this project on the house while the weather is great. I want to take more time away to be with the kids, but then things come up with work and they undermine those plans. Or just the reality of any of those things, if they'd successfully come to fruition. If you do travel with family, maybe the behaviors of the little kids or the big kids on the trip didn't promote the kind of connection, congruence, heartfelt relationships that you really wanted. Maybe that you needed to find in this vacation. You went on this vacation hoping that your cup would be filled, and instead you came home feeling more depleted than before you went, with a bigger pile of laundry and all of that work waiting for you when you get back. How do you reconcile that? How do you calm those disappointments and reframe it? And that's really where I invite you to have grace for yourself and for the others that are a part of that experience as you're getting perspective. Look for the gems, look for the little wins that were there. They might not have been the big wins, the outcomes that you were really aiming for, that you tried so hard to put together. But again, that different perspective that I talked about already is so powerful when we release the grip that we have on the clear expectation, the one narrow outcome that we're really hoping for. And then we open ourselves up to the unexpected that might be coming along. As my friend Julia Ostian calls, the blessings in the lessons, the blessings that have come to you along the way. Ultimately, in this world where we are, whether it's the summer season and what we hoped to experience, more weekends at the beach, more hikes in the mountains, more quiet time with the kids while they're out of school and between camp and sports and everything else that kids have going on these days, whether it was a vacation to be home with family or distant travel, I invite you to look at these opportunities where you can find a little grace, where you can embrace the mess, because that's where the best stories come from. I can tell you when you look back, it's the things that went a little awry that we all laugh about later on. The part is that we just need to get there from here. But what are the lessons you can take forward with it too? What can you do to feel better prepared next time? Where can you plan with a little more grace and flexibility next time so you're not setting yourself up for disappointment? Who can you call on when you need to blow off steam, when you need to vent, and let people know how you're really feeling so it doesn't land on the wrong ears? Who can you call on for help, for support, for that perspective when you're so in the thick of it, you can't get the distance to find any silver linings in these lessons? Look for these support groups, this network, this community, so that you have these available to you, right? This is how we grow from the setbacks, the curveballs that life serves up. We take something with us. So, not only in having grace with ourselves and releasing that expectation of what perfect looks like, of what that Instagram worthy summer vacation was supposed to be all about, and reconnect with what was special for you. What were the gifts that you did take away? And if something was really important that didn't materialize, part of these plans that you've had to release in this instance, consider how you can bring that to reality the next time. Maybe a little less complicated, a little less entangled. Maybe fewer people are required to behave a certain way or deliver a certain performance in order for that all to play out. If it's something that's really important to you, how can you take simple actions, take simple steps to next time let you maintain your peace and enjoy the results that you were hoping to achieve? Look for ways to incorporate that. I'd love to hear how this lands for you. If there's anything else that's coming up, share with me in the comments. Was there something you really expected to be a spectacular feature of your summer that fell flat? Life is, as I've been saying, and as we've all been aware, serving up a lot of challenges lately. So hold on to each other. Give yourselves grace. Give each other grace. Shine a little extra love. Offer a little kindness. I was thinking about this earlier today. Kindness is free, but there's a certain currency that comes with kindness too. When you offer your presence, your heartfelt sincerity, when you give a little bit of yourself in kindness, we are better able to connect at that human level. Other people are able to see themselves through your eyes. We're able to connect at a level that a lot of times through the yelling and the bluster, we're missing out on. But fundamentally, we all have things that we're looking for. We all have expectations. We all have hopes and dreams that in these wild times feel next to impossible. And so, whether that's only in your own experience, I hope that you can find some peace and release some of the stress and the disappointment if those haven't shaped up the way that you want to. And in reacting with each other in community, whether we're in agreement on fundamental principles or not, I hope we can still find the humanity in each other. I hope that we can still connect at a basic level. And I hope that we can inspire kindness in each other. Hate only perpetuates hate. Anger only fuels anger. But it's pretty powerful. It's pretty remarkable what kindness can inspire, whether that is our own souls, whether that's being kind and gentle with yourself, whether that's being kind and gentle with your family, whether that is digging deep and being kind with somebody that you disagree with on 99% of what you hear them say. Look for the humanity in each other and reach out, because as points of light, we can lift each other up rather than being pulled down into the fray. So be a resource, not only for yourself, but each other, and make sure that you're feeling fully resourced. Fill your own cup, and then look for ways to help each other have their cups filled as well. Until next time, I'm sending you great big love. Take good care of yourself. Bye for now.
Thanks for listening. You'll find all the resources we discussed today online at happifiedlife.com, along with links to subscribe to Happified on your favorite player and a handy search tool so you can search all of our previous episodes. Help us grow by leaving a quick review and share this episode with a friend. Until next time, keep on shining.